What's going on? If you're watching this, you're looking at our current debacle. Um, Obviously, working on a flip, Lakeland, Florida. Big foundation issue. Spent a lot more than I have already wanted to spend. However, I'm here to show you the actual numbers here. So, share my screen, entire screen, boom. So, here was my original underwriting. So I did have a 20 grand contingency. However, I took that off. So, oh no, let's do this actually. So the budget was to spend 100 grand altogether on this property. Originally, I got a labor quote back for roughly like I think about 35 grand. So I had room to work with. That's why I didn't add that extra 20 grand, just because I was thinking that most is going to cost me 40 grand. So we got 30 grand for labor, 40 grand for foundation. We're at 70. That gave us 30 grand for materials. So it sounded great. And the reason why I said 40 grand maybe total for the foundation is because I reached out to one of my friends who's an engineer out in Colorado. I showed him the pictures. I told him the situation, and he felt that 40 grand was pretty safe. It was more than enough. However, being overseas, there's only so much you can do, right? So I can't really put fault to anyone. It's just you don't know what you don't know. So here was my original underwriting, right? So 100 grand total to fix it up. Purchase price ended up being 145. They were asking 155, got a 10 grand discount. So I'm budgeting an 8 month hold, right? So that's what the eight is. I'll be very honest. I got this from one of my partners who created this. So um, this is the carry interest cost, basically our holding cost, interest cost, however you want to name it. So I'm just ignore that for now. This is for 8 months, right? Closing cost. I think this is actual closing cost since we already closed. So there's that. I'm just gonna pause for a second so you can kind of look at it. You can see the square feet. 100 grand, all in price 272. So I'll list it for 350. This is a 350 house. It's in an absolutely phenomenal neighborhood. Um, and I'm budgeting that we'll sell it for 335. On average, people are asking about 1% discount from the listing price. Realtor, who's pretty good, also said that people are most likely going to ask about 10 15 off. So with that in mind, I'm assuming the most, so 15 off. Closing cost at sale, 8.5%, which I feel is safe. Net sales, and then 50-50, right? Um, he helped out with the down payment, etc. Good profit, 8 months. Here are just some comps that I base it off of, which obviously look good. So let's talk about the real deal. So here is how I'm keeping track. If you have any suggestions on a better way to do this, I'm all for it. I feel like I'm pretty organized, but then I try to show people and it doesn't seem like I am. In a way to keep track without spending money, right? So um, I got a new labor quote, right? Gave it, put it more detail in it, and it came back for 46 grand. So that was unfortunate. The reason why I got a new labor quote is because for this contractor, I use it for my other flip, and there was just way too much back and forth, wasn't clear, and it was very broad. It wasn't detailed. So for this one, after I already got the 30 grand quote, I took pictures and then I actually put on the pictures what I wanted, right? And that's how he came back with the 46 grand. Still labor only. So, um, how much have I spent on the foundation already? So if I do the sum, uh, engineering, engineering, boom, that was the down payment. Is that boom? I've spent 26 grand so far. The total was, yeah. So this was the total. Sorry, 58. So our obviously we went over 40 grand, and that's not including the engineering. So um yeah, this is where we at. And then if we want to add, I financed 30 grand of it. So we still have 30 grand left. So we're at about 30, excuse me, 56, right, to get a rough. But here's the potential interest I'll end up paying. So I can pay this off sooner and without paying all the interest. So that's a very key point. You can see the financing in years, but altogether with materials and labor that I've paid so far, this is where I'm at about 46 grand. So I have some work to do. I still need to get creative. Um, and I'm willing to, if you have any pointers, definitely let me know. But let's stress test this thing. Oh shoot. 2000. So let's say it's 120 grand and it takes us 8 months to sell. We'll make some money. Let's say it takes us 15 months to sell at 120 grand. We'll make 752. Let's bump this up to 30 grand. We lose money if it takes 15 months. If it takes 10 months, we lose money. So basically, this rehab right here is very important. But the reason for this video is just so you can kind of see where we're at, see if you have any pointers, and just to kind of just to be transparent, right? I'm not here to say I'm the best flipper in the world, but this is how we learn. So yeah, thanks for watching.